So, you think your morning commute is a bit of a bother, do you? Try getting up here. We're talking about the Andes in Peru. Villages perched so high, the condors probably need oxygen masks. Forget your Uber. The only ride-sharing here involves a stubborn mule or your own 2 feet. And those feet better be ready for some serious inclines. The air is thin, like the plot of a bad reality TV show. You take a deep breath and get, well, mostly just a reminder that your lungs are not what they used to be. It's a place where getting away from it all takes on a whole new, very literal meaning. You're away from Wi-Fi, away from decent coffee, away from the comforting drone of traffic. Bliss, for some, a nightmare for others. Why would anyone willingly choose this life, you ask? Good question. It's certainly not for the creature comforts we city dwellers cherish like sacred texts. There's no artisanal sourdough bakery just around the corner, no organic juice bar, no 24-hour chemist. What they do have is a connection to the land that most of us lost generations ago, if we ever had it. They live with the mountains, not just on them. It's a raw, unfiltered existence. Let's talk about the view, because frankly, it's unavoidable. The Andes are not just a backdrop, they are the main event, the headliner, the showstopper. The Andes don't do subtle. They are the kind of mountains that demand your attention, whether you want to give it or not. They are in your face all the time. Their presence is so overwhelming that you can't help but feel their weight, their history, their sheer magnitude. Immense, snow-capped giants looking down on you with what feels like mild disapproval. It's as if they are ancient sentinels, watching over the land and its people. Or maybe it's just indigestion from all the tectonic activity. These mountains are alive, constantly shifting and changing, a testament to the Earth's restless spirit. Who knows? What I do know is that it's the kind of landscape that makes you feel a bit small, insignificant even. It's a humbling experience standing in the shadow of such grandeur, which, depending on your ego, could be a good thing or a deeply troubling existential crisis waiting to happen. It's a place that forces you to confront your own place in the universe. Every sunrise is a spectacle, painting the peaks in hues of orange and pink. It's a daily reminder of the beauty and power of nature. Every sunset is another dramatic farewell. The mountains bid adieu with a flourish, as if to say, see you tomorrow if you're lucky. You could get used to it, I suppose. But then again, can you ever really get used to something so awe-inspiring? Or you could just remain perpetually gobsmacked. It's a place that never loses its ability to surprise and amaze. The colors up here are something else. They are vibrant, almost surreal, as if someone has turned up the saturation on the world's most beautiful painting. Not just the mountains, but the sky, the fields, the very clothes people wear. Everything is infused with a richness and depth that is hard to describe. It's like someone turned the saturation dial all the way up. The greens are greener, the blues bluer, the reds more vibrant. Deep blues, vibrant reds, earthy browns. The palette of the Andes is a feast for the eyes. Even the potatoes come in shades you won't find in your local supermarket. It's a reminder of the diversity and richness of this land. And the light, it's sharp, clear, unforgiving. It reveals every detail, every nuance of the landscape. It exposes every wrinkle on the landscape, and probably on your face too. There's no hiding from the truth up here. There's no hiding up here. No soft focus, no flattering filters. Just the raw, unadulterated beauty of a world that hasn't been paved over or dumbed down. No soft focus, no flattering filters. Just the raw, unadulterated beauty of a world that hasn't been paved over or dumbed down. Just the raw, unadulterated beauty of a world that hasn't been paved over or dumbed down. It's a place that feels untouched, pristine, and utterly real. It's pretty, if you like that sort of thing. And let's be honest, who wouldn't? Which, begrudgingly, I have to admit I do. There's something about the Andes that gets under your skin, that stays with you long after you've left, even if it does make my phone feel utterly useless without a signal to share the damn pictures. But maybe that's the point. Maybe some things are too beautiful to be captured, too profound to be shared in a mere photo. So, what does a typical day look like when your front garden is a near vertical slope and your nearest neighbor is a condor with a superiority complex? Well, it doesn't involve scrolling through social media for 2 hours before reluctantly dragging yourself to a soul-crushing office job. Shocking, I know. The Andean hustle starts early, before the sun has even bothered to haul itself over those massive peaks. It's a life tied to the land, to the seasons, to rhythms most of us have long forgotten. They're farming on terraces carved into the mountainside millennia ago, Talk about locally sourced. If it's on your plate, chances are it was grown or raised within shouting distance, or at least within strenuous walking distance. Let's talk food because that's what I do. Forget your kale smoothies and avocado toast. We're in Potato Central here. Hundreds of varieties, big ones, small ones, purple ones, knobbly ones. They're the backbone of the diet, alongside quinoa corn and the occasional bit of alpaca. And then there's kai, guinea pig. Yes, that furry little friend you might have had as a childhood pet. Here, it's a delicacy, often roasted whole, teeth and all. It tastes like roasted guinea pig. Section 4. Meanwhile, back in civilization, allegedly, a tale of two worlds. Let's paint a picture, shall we? Morning in the Andes, you wake up. The sun is just beginning to rise, casting a golden hue over the rugged landscape. The village is slowly coming to life with the distant sound of roosters crowing and the gentle murmur of a stream nearby. The air is crisp, clean enough to make your lungs sing, or possibly seize up from the shock. You take a deep breath, feeling the purity of the mountain air fill your lungs, a stark contrast to the polluted air of the city. Your commute might involve a steep path, a friendly llama, or just the rhythmic squeak of your own well-worn boots. The path is challenging but rewarding, offering breathtaking views at every turn. The biggest traffic jam is a herd of sheep taking their sweet time. You might have to wait, but there's no honking, no road rage, just the gentle bleating of the sheep and the occasional bark of a shepherd's dog. Contrast that with, say, Los Angeles, or London. The hustle and bustle of city life where everyone is in a rush, and patience is a rare commodity, or any unfortunate urban sprawl. The concrete jungle stretches as far as the eye can see, a maze of buildings, roads, and people. An alarm clock screams you into consciousness. You mainline caffeine. The morning rush begins, a frantic race against the clock to get ready and out the door. Then you sit in a metal box surrounded by other metal boxes, inching forward whilst breathing recycled fumes and simmering with road rage. The frustration builds as you inch forward, knowing you're losing precious time. One offers a view of majestic peaks, the kind of view that makes you stop and appreciate the beauty of nature. The other, the back end of a bus. A view that offers little inspiration, just a reminder of the congestion and chaos of city life. You tell me which one sounds more civilized, the serene mountains or the bustling city streets. Consider the concept of stress. In the mountains, stress is a part of life, but it's different. Up here, stress means the crops might fail. It's a tangible concern, one that directly impacts survival, or a sudden storm could wash out the only path to the next village. Nature's unpredictability is a constant challenge, or a puma might fancy one of your chickens for dinner. The threat of predators is a real and present danger. These are tangible, immediate concerns, real problems. Problems that require immediate solutions and action. Back in the so-called developed world, what are we stressing about? Deadlines, meetings, and the constant barrage of emails. An email from the boss? A message that can ruin your day or week. A passive-aggressive comment on our latest Instagram post. The pressure to maintain a perfect online persona. The crushing existential dread that comes from having too many choices of artisanal mayonnaise. The paradox of choice in a world of abundance. We've manufactured a whole new set of anxieties, mostly because we've insulated ourselves from the ones that actually matter for survival. Our modern lives are filled with stressors that, in the grand scheme of things, seem trivial. I'm not saying their stress is better, but it's certainly more elemental. It's rooted in the basics of life, but it's certainly more elemental. It's rooted in the basics of life. Then there's the simple act of getting food, a task that connects you directly to the land and your community. In an Andean village, you might trade some potatoes for your neighbor's quinoa. It's a system based on mutual support and trust, a far cry from the impersonal transactions of a supermarket. Section 5, Conclusion, the thin air truth. It's not for everyone, thank goodness. So, what's the takeaway from this jaunt into the upper atmosphere? Life above the clouds in the Peruvian Andes is a lot. It's a world that challenges you at every turn, where the air is thin and the terrain is unforgiving. Yet it's also a place of unparalleled beauty and raw, unfiltered reality. It's ridiculously beautiful, punishingly hard, and utterly, undeniably real. The landscapes are breathtaking, with jagged peaks that pierce the sky and valleys that seem to stretch into infinity. But this beauty comes at a cost. It's a place that strips away the nonsense, the pretense. Up here, there's no room for superficiality. The mountains demand authenticity. You can't fake it up here. The altitude and the rugged terrain will quickly expose any weaknesses. It's a test of both physical and mental endurance. The mountains don't care about your job title or how many followers you have. They are indifferent to your social status or your digital presence. They demand respect, resilience, and a good pair of lungs. The thin air is a constant reminder of the altitude, making every breath a conscious effort. It's a world away from the comfortable, climate-controlled existence most of us know. The conveniences of modern life are replaced by the raw necessities of survival. And frankly, that's probably a good thing. It's a reminder of what's truly important, of the strength and resilience that lie within us. Imagine if everyone wanted to live at 15,000 feet. The pristine beauty of these high-altitude villages would be overrun, and the delicate balance of life here disrupted. The queues for the best photo spots would be unbearable. The solitude and serenity that make these places special would be lost. The people who call these villages home are a breed apart. They have adapted to the harsh conditions and have developed a unique way of life. They're not primitive or backward as some might patronizingly suggest. They are the custodians of a rich cultural heritage and a profound understanding of their environment. They are inheritors of an ancient wisdom, a deep understanding of how to live in harmony with an environment that would send most of us running for the nearest airport. Their knowledge is passed down through generations, a testament to their resilience and adaptability. There's a quiet strength about them, a dignity born from generations of perseverance. They face the challenges of their environment with grace and determination. They laugh, they celebrate, they mourn, they work. Their lives are filled with the same emotions and experiences as ours, but often with a deeper connection to their community and surroundings. They live lives of profound meaning, often with far less material wealth than we city folk deem essential for basic happiness. Their wealth is measured in relationships, traditions, and a deep sense of belonging. Maybe they know something we've forgotten, or perhaps never learned in the first place. Their way of life offers a different perspective on what it means to live well. Of course, let's not romanticize it too much. The challenges are immense. The harsh weather, the isolation, and the physical demands of living at high altitude are not to be underestimated.